Well, you wouldn't think that this wilderness was once a very pretty garden, that people used to remark on it, and we had to put all barbed wire around. It was like Stalag 99. And then the sheep got in and ate the lot, and it just disheartened us. We can't be bothered anymore.
To suggest to the housewives of Trefechan that they have mutton or lamb for the Sunday joint is far from being a joke. They say they see far too many sheep. They come down from the mountains and constantly invade their homes and their gardens. Suggestions that some of the animals might be shot or at least impounded to force the sheep farmers into action has caused a controversy that's been reverberating around the local council chamber. But first, let's hear what some of the local people have to say about their woolly invaders.
It's terrible up here. I mean, you can't walk on the pavements because of the filth that's left with the sheep.
People have spent pounds in their garden, and when they come home from work, some of them that's working, there's nothing often there when they come home.
When they get into the gardens, they tip all the ash buckets and break the fence and the wire and stuff. It's awful.
Well, for one thing, I don't like the smell of them in the bus shelter when I'm waiting to go to work in the morning.
Well, at night, when we go to bed, it's been so bad that we've had to take saucepans of water up. And when they've started, open the window and pour it over the sheep because they're rummaging in the dustbins. It's terrible.
Have you ever had the sheep in your house?
Yes, I have. When you poke the fire, you turn around and there's a sheep behind you. Terrible.
Leading the campaign against the sheep is the local tenants association. Their secretary, Mr. David Jones. Mr. Jones, are you really suggesting that just a few sheep can cause all this much damage to gardens?
Well, if you lived on this estate, you'd realise that the sheep can cause this much damage. And with their droppings, the threat to the health of the people in this estate isn't very, it isn't very nice anyway.
What do you think the council should do to tackle this problem?
Well, we think now that one of our original plans to have a fence from the bottom of the estate skirting the main road to Cefn to a point known as Glass Coed, and that would entail at the most £600.
Putting a fence all around the estate, wouldn't this rather make you look like a stockade?
Well, according to reports in the popular press, it might look like a stockade or an ancient Britain settlement, but as long as they're keeping out the animals, not only sheep, from this estate, an estate where a lot of the men are ex-miners suffering from silicosis and other diseases, where their bit of joy is in the garden, and they're discouraged to do any such work when they get this trespass here.
The chairman of the Vaynor and Penderyn Rural District Council is Mr. Dilwyn Jones. Many of the people at Trefechan that I spoke to expressed concern about the health hazard of these sheep. What did the council have to say about that?
I am aware of sheep droppings along pavements, on doorsteps, but this is a problem for the public health inspector. He advises us that this is not a danger to health. It is unpleasant, it is irritating, annoying, but I do not think, from the advice we have been given, that this is a health hazard.
Well, the controversy rages on, and I suspect that an awful lot more flowers and plants are going to be eaten before it's over. Because everywhere you look in Trefechan, there are sheep.